Hey everyone, it's Jess Ideas, and I'm really sorry that this video is so long overdue. I'm about to graduate from high school in a few more days, and I'm making a video on my college acceptances right now, which is bad and really late, so I'm sorry.
A lot of you guys showed interest in my rejection from early decision twice video, so I thought I would continue since a lot of you guys asked about my scores and extracurriculars and which schools I ended up getting into and which school I ended up choosing. So I'm just going to start with the school that I ended up choosing to go to, which is Bryn Mawr College. A lot of people don't know it, which somewhat bothers me, but you know, it's okay because I really appreciate the people that do know it. It's a very small school. There's a student population of about 1,000, and it's an all-girls school. It's a Seven Sisters college, which means it was originally one of the first 7 women's colleges that were partnered with the respective Ivy League schools. So Bryn Mawr College is partnered with UPenn, and it's also in a tri-consortium with several other schools nearby. Haverford, it's near Swarthmore, and of course UPenn is like 30 minutes away. But since these schools are all in this tri-co, it means that I get to register for classes at different schools, and it also means that the all-girls aspect is really not that profound, I guess, because there are guys everywhere on campus and stuff. I chose this school because it was the favorite out of all the schools I had gotten into, and I really knew that I wanted to go once I visited. Literally the moment I visited, I decided to enroll. And it was so cute. When I enrolled, they started parading me with daisies, like the people at the front desk registration. They gave me a bunch of daisies, and then I went on a tour, and then everyone with me on the tour and all the students that I saw on the tour were like, "Hey, you committed to Bryn Mawr," and I was like, "Yes." It was really cute. The school is really beautiful. I'll try to attach pictures, but if not, if I forget, then you can search it up. It is a very beautiful campus. It has very good food, according to students from the other schools in the tri-co, especially Haverford. They always come to Bryn Mawr for food. And there's an honor code system, which I really love. So basically at Bryn Mawr, all the students are part of a self-government, and the honor code system maintains sort of everyone's honesty and commitment to making the environment a happy place. So martyrs aren't supposed to steal. We don't cheat. That's kind of why professors trust them to have take-home final exams, which is really cool because they understand that some people work well in a classroom and some people work better when it's 2 a.m. at night. So I really love that about the school, and also they have a really strong sense of community. Just I think last year the students all got together and voted to have a natural sunlit library. So they all got together and told the administration, and they built it for them, and now they have one, and I saw it when I was visiting. So I really love that kind of atmosphere, and I think I would fit in really well. There are so many other things that I really like about the school. There's no Greek life, which I like because not that I have anything personal against sororities or fraternities, but it's just that I feel at schools that do have Greek life, there's sort of a networking hierarchy, and plus it costs a lot to be part of Greek life because you always have to pay pledges, and you have to pay for parties and gifts for your older siblings and younger siblings. So it just seems there's this hierarchy of power and networking if you go to school with Greek life and you don't plan to be part of it. So I was glad that Bryn Mawr didn't have that. It was a very welcoming atmosphere. And they also have a lot of cool classes and a really great study abroad program, which I was very interested in. Also, it's very close to Philly, which is nice because I'm a New York City girl, so putting me too far away from civilization is probably not good for me. So I also want to show the shirt that I got when I was visiting. So we're called the Bryn Mawr Owls. It's such a cute shirt. During College Apparel Day, everyone thought my shirt was the cutest because it puts more emphasis on the animal itself than the school. And the back says College of 2020. And the shirt color is so pretty. It's this periwinkle light blue. I love it. And we're called light blues because they rotate the colors every 4 years. So yeah, I chose Bryn Mawr College. Some people don't agree with my choice. Honestly, I was a little iffy because I applied for a financial aid appeal because I have very low income, but they still wanted me to pay about 2/3 of my family's household income per year, which I was not very cool with, so I wrote them a letter, but they rejected that appeal, so I'm going to try my best. I don't know, my mom was really happy that I liked the school, so she literally said this is what savings are for. But if I can't keep up with working and going to college, I'm going to transfer to a school that gave me more money. Or try to get into another school. But yeah, that's enough about Bryn Mawr. Also, I find it interesting that in the video, in like the short video clip that I showed in my video about my early decision rejections, when I got early decision rejected from Barnard, the tissue box that was on my computer desk was this one, and it's just mini tissue box from CVS. It only costed like a few cents, I think. But it has owls on it, right? And I remember using this to like, to use it because I was upset during that rejection. And I just never threw away the box, so it's been there. And then when I got accepted to Bryn Mawr, I was really happy. Like, I literally didn't know when the acceptances came out, so when I got dismissed from school, I got like a message from my friend who's gonna be my roommate. She lives in Florida. Hi, Ann. So he told me to check, and I was literally all alone because all my friends had gone home by then. And then I realized I got it, and I was just so happy. And then I went home, and I realized that Bryn Mawr's animal is like the owls, and the tissue box I used for both rejections has an owl on it, which is very scary, but, you know, I guess that's how life works. Okay, moving on. I'm going to show you guys every college I applied to and what happened. I hope you guys can see this, but if not, I will just tell you guys. So yes, along with early decision twice, I had applied to be a Questbridge finalist before that, and you can search out what Questbridge is, but it's a really great program for low-income students, even though I didn't get it, but, you know. So it was kind of like getting rejected early like 3 times. Actually, no, even more than that, probably. But yeah, so the ones that I crossed off are the ones I got rejected from. I don't know why I applied to St. Rose. I think I just, like, did that as a joke because they sent me, like, this email link that said I could finish my application in, like, 10 minutes. And it literally took, like, 3. So I don't know why I applied, but I'm really sorry to the College of St. Rose for doing that because they keep asking me if I want to commit, even though I don't know a lot about their school. So I applied to a lot of these CUNY schools through the Macaulay Honors Program because if you get into the Macaulay Honors Program, you get into like the top CUNY of your choice, and you get a full 4-year scholarship along with a MacBook Air? Yeah, a MacBook Air. So I applied to that, and it lets you rank, I think, up to 6 CUNYs. Yeah. So I applied to Hunter, Brooklyn, City, and Baruch. So those are the 4 that I put in my Macaulay Honors application. I got rejected from Macaulay Honors, which was kind of surprising to me because it is a very selective program, but the high school I go to has like very good relations with the program, so my counselor also thought that I would definitely get in, so it was kind of upsetting when I didn't. And that result came out really early too, so it kind of lowered my spirits because I was kind of like getting rejected early 4 times. It was literally before all the regular decision stuff came back out, so I was getting rejected like crazy before any of my friends had even gotten like 1 notification about anything, so it was very, very hard on my spirits. So I got rejected from that, which was a shock, but I did get into the CUNYs, of course, like just the regular CUNY program, so I got into Brooklyn College, City College, and Hunter College a day after my Macaulay rejection. It was weird because I got rejected from Hunter for Macaulay, but they followed up with an email that said, hey, we're going to give you a scholarship. We're going to deem you a Roosevelt Scholar, meaning someone committed to public service and education. And I was like, wow, that is so me. Like, it was very flattering for them to give it to me because literally nobody else applying to Hunter had heard of that before. So I was very proud of myself. And basically, it covered almost all of my tuition if I had chosen to go there. So that was like my main safety school at that point. And then the next thing that happened was that I got waitlisted from University of Maryland, College Park. Very surprising, but I can kind of understand that because my high school literally has never had any students apply to U Maryland because the students in my grade tend to apply to the same schools. So I can understand that they would feel like wary about someone all of a sudden applying from my high school to University of Maryland. It's a great school. It's one of the best public universities, and it has a lot of resources. Plus, if I went, I would have been able to get my master's in 5 years, which is crazy. So they waitlisted me, but they accepted me for the spring semester of freshman year, meaning if I want to, I could transfer. So that was nice of them. I might, if I want to, I don't know. It's kind of like in the middle of like an obscure place, but I have friends there, so I might consider it. It's a great school. I got accepted to Baruch College with the Dean's Scholarship, meaning a full ride. So it's basically the same thing as the Macaulay Honors Scholarship. The reason I didn't choose it, though, was because Baruch is business-oriented, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that. I don't know. And it's also in the city. I kind of wanted to try having a real college experience for at least 1 year. And then I got accepted into Boston University, which was great. It was great to know that I would get accepted, but their tuition is so high. I got waitlisted at Colgate University, and I currently am still on their summer waitlist. But it's okay, because I think even if I was accepted, I wouldn't have chosen over Bryn Mawr, because Colgate is in a rural area, and I don't like feeling so limited. I don't want to feel like I have to stay on campus all the time. I want to have, a city nearby or, a town nearby. But it's in a very rural area I've visited before. It's literally, isolated on a hill. So I wasn't sure about that. Of course, it was definitely a relief to get a wait list from Colgate after so many rejections, because up until that point, I had only been accepted to my safety schools, like the CUNYs, and Boston was sort of a safety for me because of my GPA. So Colgate was one of the more selective ones, and I was really happy that they waitlisted me instead of rejected me, because when they waitlist you, it's kind of like reassurance that, yes, you were qualified, you just weren't, that qualified. It was better than getting rejected and being like, oh, you're not qualified for a lot of selective schools at all, so I thought like that. So it was kind of a relief. And then on March 23rd, I was accepted to Bryn Mawr College. I started screaming in front of the subway station. It was really awkward and embarrassing, and some random students were like, okay. But I was really happy, and it was the first time one of my top choices accepted me, because Bryn Mawr was one of my top choices along with a few other schools. So I was really glad. It was really surprising, though, because Wellesley released their decisions on the same day. I wasn't expecting it, because, most of the schools didn't tell me when they were releasing decisions, so I literally checked my email and, found out. But Wellesley was super, Wellesley is, one of those schools that are, super selective. So I wasn't expecting to get in. I just really wanted to submit an application just to show my appreciation for the school. I was waitlisted that same afternoon. I couldn't, handle the emotions. I was like, wow, Bryn Mawr accepted me, and Wellesley waitlisted me. To be noticed by Wellesley enough to be waitlisted was a big deal to me, because it's so selective. So that was a really good day. The next day, I was rejected from Swarthmore, which is okay, because, I honestly don't think I put that much effort into my application. That goes for a lot of my future rejections, actually. So I also got rejected from Cornell University and Columbia University. I did all of those applications 3 hours before the application deadline. Don't be like me. So I don't think I put that much heart and soul into each of the applications, so I think I deserved those rejections. I think it's better to take it like that than pretend that some people just got lucky or whatever. No, I think you actually have to put a lot of heart and soul into your application. I was accepted to New York University, so NYU. A lot of people think it's a really amazing school, and it is, but the tuition is crazy, so it's kind of on par with Boston University, honestly. They're both super expensive, high tuition schools. I don't know why, but I couldn't have afforded even a week there, so yeah, even though I got accepted to their Steinhardt program, I was not gonna go. I also withdrew my application from SUNY New Paltz and Stony Brook, so I didn't even wait for results. I just withdrew my application, because I was I don't think I want to go, because I don't think they're gonna help me that much in my future career. So that's a lot of schools. I applied to a lot. I recommend that you guys don't do what I did. Don't apply to that many schools. It's excessive. Just apply to the ones that you really like, and actually really want to go to. So, there has to be, some safety, target, and reach schools that you all really like. But don't apply to too little, and don't apply to too many. I applied to around 20. You should really keep the number closer to 10. I was just very paranoid after so many early rejections, and I'm sure you guys can understand why. After getting rejected from 4 things early, you start feeling am I just gonna not go anywhere? That was a real fear for me. I was actually very scared that I wouldn't go anywhere. So that's what happened, and I will list my stats in the description box for those of you guys that want to know. Also, as a safety for now, I'm going to go to Bryn Mawr for a year. because I really love the school, and they have free laundry. So I really love the school, so I'm going to go for at least a year, and if I can't handle it, then I will either transfer to Maryland or to Hunter College. For Hunter, it's convenient because it's back in New York City, so it's easier for me to secure a job, which I still haven't gotten. Oh, it's so hard to get a job. Or I'll just go to Maryland and get my master's. So either way, I have a plan. It always works out in the end for everyone, really. So believe in yourselves, and also ask me for help if you need anything with the college process. I'm happy to offer my advice. I've offered a lot of people advice, and I really love repeating myself. Also, I think I've really, matured over this process. I've come to realize that, some things you can't blame on, luck or whatever, but some things you can. And, really, you should try to take it upon yourselves to try to control things that you can control, and, don't worry too much about things that you can't control, aka college rejections. So, yeah, you can write a better application for future schools. So I worked a lot harder on my regular decision applications compared to my early decision applications because I got rejected from them. So that you can control, but if you really poured your heart and soul into it and they still reject you, well, don't feel too bad about it because you worked your hardest. You worked to the maximum potential that you had at that point, and now you can only grow from it. So don't worry too much, and it always works out in the end. And I recommend you guys to all check out this school if you identify as a female and can actually attend this school, or apply to Haverford or Swarthmore or UPenn or whatever, and we can be close by friends. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting weird. Okay. Yeah, that was my video. I hope it wasn't too long. It probably was. I'm sorry. Bye, guys.
See you guys really soon. I am filming.